Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is a short briefing from www.central-mosque.com. Today, we're confronted with many issues in Kashmir, in Syria, in Yemen, internment of Chinese Muslims, Palestine. Why should you care about Amazon rainforest? Let's find out. So here are some facts about the Amazon rainforest. Number one, it's 5.5 million square kilometers. Big number. How can you picture that? Imagine the entire United Kingdom and Ireland. The area of the Amazon rainforest is 17 times the area of United Kingdom and Ireland. Countries: Brazil, Bolivia, Peru, Ecuador, Colombia, Venezuela, Guyana, Suriname, and French Guiana. 40,000 plant species, 1,300 bird species, 3,000 types of fish, 430 mammals, and 2.5 million different insects. You read all of this and you say, okay, really interesting, really pretty. How does that affect me? Here's the clincher. The Amazon rainforest produces 20% of the world's oxygen. 20% of the oxygen worldwide comes from this 5.5 million square kilometer area. I'm sure you're interested in breathing, therefore you should care about what's happening in the Amazon rainforest. So you hear about forest fires all the time. In California, it burns and burns every single year. However, there's an issue. A rainforest, they don't have natural fires that much in a rainforest because picture a rainforest. What happens is intense heat, the water evaporates, and then the same water falls straight back down as rainforests. Rainforests are always wet, damp, so it's really hard to light a fire there. Therefore, these fires which are burning in the Amazon rainforest are not all natural. They are man-made somehow, whether malicious or unintended, that's a different story. However, fires don't usually happen in Amazon rainforest because they are wet. This is why this is an area of concern for everyone. Now you should be asking, okay, why is it happening? Why is this a concern today and right now? Because of this guy, president of Brazil, who they call the Donald Trump of Brazil. This guy won the elections on a Brazil first manifesto. Hint, hint, America first, Donald Trump. So these rainforests provide 20% of the oxygen to the world. Brazil's like, okay, fine, but we need to make money out of this situation. So this guy came in and he basically presented himself as the messiah for all the problems that Brazil is facing. So he says, you know what, I'm going to give you all the jobs, all your economy is going to get better, the currency is going to get good. Then how is he going to do that? One of the biggest resources at his disposal are the rainforests. So he has to somehow figure out a way how to make money. Doesn't matter if 20% of the world's oxygen goes away. So the first thing he did is the head of Space and Climate Monitoring Agency in Brazil presented a report. This is pretty much, a few months after his elections, and said that the deforestation in the rainforest is happening at an alarming rate. What does he do? Sacks the guy, fires him, tears up the report. He goes, nope, not happening. Second thing he did, he's deregulated deforestation. So remember, rainforest has a lot of lumber, a lot of resources that can be used. So he deregulates the industry. Businesses move in and start exploiting it. And one of the biggest things that they're exploiting is they want to deforest it and grow a lot of grass, which can then feed, the herds that humans use, cows and things like that, and also for plantation of soybean, which can be used as fossil fuel and so on and so forth. So he deregulated the industry so that the trees were being chopped at an alarming rate under his presidency. Once this becomes international news, what this jackass goes on to say is that basically NGOs, the non-governmental organizations in Brazil, basically charities and stuff that work in different countries, are the ones that are causing fire to make his government look bad. Once again, compare that to Donald Trump. Every time there's a bad news, it's somebody else's fault. Why should you care? Number one, beautiful hadith of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam in Musnad Ahmad. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, if the resurrection or the day of judgment was established upon one of you, while he has in his hand a sapling, let him plant it. So Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam is telling you that you should take care of your environment, take care of things to such an extent that if there's a sapling, a little seedling in your hand, plant it. This is the teaching of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So remember, on the day of judgment, there's chaos. Everybody's going to worry about themselves and so on and so forth. But even in that scenario, he's encouraging you to plant a sapling. So that's the number one thing you should worry about. That if an area of thousands of square kilometers supplying 20% of the world's oxygen is being threatened, you should care about it purely from an Islamic point of view. Point number two, the smoke that's coming from these rainforests is going to cause increased risk of asthma, COPD, and emphysema, particularly in South America, but it will extend to other areas and so on and so forth. Two, of course, if these forests supply 20% of the clean oxygen to the world, you chop them off, you're going to disrupt the supply of oxygen to the world. Number three, rainforest. So what happens in a rainforest? The water evaporates, the same water falls back down. That's why they call the rainforest. They produce their own rain. When you chop them down, there's going to be an increase in dry weather, at least in Americas and possibly elsewhere further down the line. The fact is, we have absolutely no idea what is the long-term impact of this is going to be. It is going to be colossal. All of this extra carbon dioxide that's going to be released into the atmosphere, it's going to be absorbed by the oceans. The oceans become acidic. The nature of the waters change, which means certain plant life and certain fish life cannot survive anymore because the pH of the water changes. Dry weather, we don't know what's going to happen. Loads and loads of kids, particularly, will be affected by asthma, COPD, and emphysema. This is the reason why you should care. You should care from the Sunnah point of view, that you should care about the environment. You should also worry about your children and so on and so forth. So I fully understand all the tragedy surrounding the Ummah right now, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help the believers and the Muslimin wherever they happen to be, in Palestine, in Kashmir, in Syria, in Iraq, everywhere. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help them. However, at the same time, you can also multitask. You should worry about this because this is a serious, serious threat. Keep an eye out. Speak to, just like you want to activate, you want to work as an activist in other areas, Kashmir, Palestine, or something. You should also worry about this issue because this is dire and it's happening right now in our lifetime. And it has the potential to change the future of your children. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help you. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala enable us to take care of this world which Allah ta'ala has given us as a gift. Let us handle it properly. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.